Good afternoon, students. Uh, we'll be discussing JEE paper that has happened just now, finished at 12 p.m. Right? We got some questions from memory-based questions actually, not official questions. So we'll be discussing those questions. And meanwhile, first thing, how was the exam? So how did it go? The overall paper was on similar pattern, that is physics and chemistry were moderate, and maths was little lengthy, right? So without wasting any time, let us start discussing questions. First, we'll be discussing physics questions, right? So first we have a question from current electricity. First we have a question from current electricity, that is a voltmeter question. They're asking the 400 watt resistance is in parallel with 100 watt resistor, and the combination is connected with 100 watt resistor. The battery of 9 volt is in series. Find the reading of voltmeter. So let us take this as ohms, right? So 400 and 100 are in parallel. So if I take the parallel combination, it will be 400 into 100 by 500, right? Which is 80 ohm. Now 80 and 100 are in series. How is the 9 volt divided among them? So if you want voltmeter reading, we have, if we redraw this circuit, we have 80 ohm and we have 100 ohm. The combination of 400 and 100 is 80 ohm, right? They're asking voltmeter reading. Voltmeter reading is the potential across these ends, right? Which is I into 80, because potential across a resistor is IR. E equals to IR, which is 9 by 100 plus 80 into 80. We want potential across 80 ohm, which is IR. I is 9 by total resistance, which is 180. So what do we have here? 4 volts. So 9 by 180 is 1 by 20. 80 by 20 is 4. So the voltmeter reading for this question will be 4 volts, right? This was a moderate question. And in the same question, they could have asked what is the potential across 100 ohm, right? The potential across 100 ohm would have been I into 100. This was I into 80. Potential across this is I into 80. Potential across 100 would have been I into 100, right? So I into 100 would have been 5 ohm, 5 volts, because here we have 4 volt. So this would have been 5 volts, right? So this was a moderate question which you can solve with basic concepts of V equal to IR and series and parallel combination of resistors. Let us move to the next question, right? This question is from potential and capacitance. So we have 3 shells, 3 uniformly concentric charge shells. Find potential of each shell. So charges are Q1, Q2 and Q3. First, we'll find potential of inner shell. Potential of inner shell, right? Everywhere we have to find potential due to all the charges, right? We have to use the superposition principle. The superposition principle is that everywhere we have to add all the potential. due to all charge. So at this location, we are finding potential due to Q1, Q2 and Q3, right? Now due to Q1, so VA is A Q1 by A, A Q1 by A plus this point is inside point for this. Inside points, what is the potential formula? K Q by radius of that sphere, K Q2 by P, right? Then this point is also inside for Q3, K Q3 by C, right? The potential is KQ1 by A, KQ2 by B and KQ3 by C at the inside point. Next, if you take VB, it will be outside point for Q1, so KQ1 by B, and it is surface point for Q2. Inside and surface is the same constant potential. For Q3, this point is inside point. We have to take the full radius. Last one we are left with is VC. This point is outside point for all of them, right? Outside point for all of them. You can directly use the formula KQ by small r, KQ1 by C, KQ2 by C, and KQ3 by C, right? So which option is matching those? So it will be, I think, B option. B option is matching. So this was a simple question. You can say this is easy question, easy to moderate question. An easy to moderate question. Direct formula based question. Which formula are we using? If you revise the formula, for a hollow sphere, outside points, the formula is KQ by small r. Inside points, it's KQ by capital R. That is the formula we are using. We are using a simple formula for a shell or hollow sphere. Outside points, the formula is KQ by small r, the distance which is variable, whereas inside it's a uniform potential or equipotential region, KQ by capital R, right? So point A was inside Q1, Q2 and Q3. So that's why we have different things. For Q1A, for Q2 inside point, so B, for Q3 inside point, whereas this point was inside Q2 and Q3 but outside Q1, right? So hope you understood this. This was an easy to moderate question. Now we'll move to the next question. This is little difficult question, but if you know the formula, you can solve this question directly. A cylindrical block of mass m and area of cross section A is floating in a liquid. Liquid density is rho. It's floating in a liquid of density rho. Question is, when depressed a little and released, the particle starts or the block starts oscillating, right? What is the period of oscillation? Now throughout our syllabus, only formula to find period of oscillation is through SHM formula, right? What is the SHM formula? For linear oscillations, this is a linear oscillation because once you disturb that, the block is going to oscillate linearly. What is the period of oscillation? You can get from axial ratio. if you somehow get acceleration as a function of displacement, like a equal to minus omega square, we'll be able to find angular frequency. If we get omega, then time period is sorted. Time period is 2 pi by, right? So let us find the acceleration. Now, initially the block is at rest. It is in equilibrium. If you disturb it, the extra buoyancy force will accelerate, right? Because if you are dipping it, if you are pressing it, you will get an extra buoyancy force. Force equal to mass into acceleration. What is the extra buoyancy force we get if you dip it slightly by x? You dip it slightly by x. Extra buoyancy force. Extra buoyancy force. Because initially it is in equilibrium. Always remember, in oscillations, you should not worry about the equilibrium forces. They will get cancelled anyway. That is your mg and initial buoyancy force. They will get cancelled. We are worried about the extra buoyancy force. Once you push it, it will dip even further, or it will sink even further. That extra buoyancy force creates acceleration. Mass into acceleration is extra buoyancy force. What is extra buoyancy force? Density of liquid into volume submerged extra into G, right? M into A is density of liquid, extra volume submerged is cross sectional area into X, extra volume submerged. Once you push that block downwards, extra volume that submerges is A into X into G, right? So what are we getting? A equal to rho A G by M into X, right? You can clearly compare it with SHM equation where acceleration is omega square x. This will be omega square, right? Once we get omega square, then it's simple. Omega square is Ag by M, which means omega is root rho Ag by M. Time period is 2 pi by omega, 2 pi under root M by rho Ag, right? So let me explain this again because it's slightly tilting, moderate to difficult question, because if you know the formula, it's fine. Otherwise, the derivation is little lengthy. So we have a block floating in water or some liquid of density rho. They are saying if I disturb it, what is the period of oscillation? And period of oscillation means in our syllabus we only have SHM, right? So A equal to minus omega square x is the only formula we have. And once we get omega, we can find time. To get acceleration, we have to find the extra force that comes. If you push it, we are getting an extra force of extra volume is submerged, that is Ax. We get extra buoyancy force. Extra buoyancy force is Ax. So mass into acceleration is the extra buoyancy force, which is rho into Ax into, right? We have an acceleration of acceleration as function of displacement from mean position, so Ag by M, and you can compare these two equations. This is our main SHM equation. This is this SHM equation. In the omega square, what do we have? Rho Ag by M. So our omega square is this. Omega is root rho Ag by M. Once we get omega, time period is sorted. 2 pi by omega. I think this is a numerical question. They would have given the values of mass, area and density, right? So if you substitute those values, we'll be ending up with some numerical answer. As these are memory based questions, we don't have those values for now. We can get them later. And these are the physics questions we have till now, 3 questions. Slowly, once more questions start coming up to us, we'll be discussing those as well. So meanwhile, we can discuss other subjects, that is chemistry and physics, chemistry and math. So to discuss maths, Santosh sir will be taking over shortly. Right. Let me arrange the maths.
Okay, good afternoon, students. Now we'll be taking mathematics paper. I'm math faculty. So we'll see few questions are there for us, the mathematics related questions. Okay, we'll solve them one by one. Okay, fine. So first, let us see this question. It is based on trigonometry. Fine. Some vortex is given, and some interval is also given. Interval is very important in trigonometry. And some expression we have to find the value. Okay, so let us take this expression and see what is this expression. Okay, first we want to understand this expression. Most probably in such questions there may be a simpler form of this expression. So let us see what is the expression and let us try to simplify it. Okay, so this is our expression. So our expression is sine 7x. Let us multiply it, the term sine 7x into cos 13x by 2 plus sine 7x into sine 13x by 2 plus cos 7x into cos 13x by 2 minus cos 7x into sin 13x by 2. So this is our expression. Total we are having in this expression 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. So usually if we are having 4 terms, we can rearrange them, we can regroup them, and we can say, we can use some formula. What are the formula? Standard formula we have sin of a plus b, sin of a minus b, cos of a plus b, cos of a minus b. So one of them, some of them formula, some of those formula will be useful. Okay. So let us see how can we regroup this thing. So here we can observe, we can regroup this one. Okay, I'll just mark this. What are the terms we can regroup? This sin 7x cos 13x by 2 and cos 7x and cos 7x sin 13x by 2. We can regroup them. So that means this green color, this is one regrouping, and another, let us mark it with some other color, let us say red. These two also we can regroup. Okay. So what are the formula we have for this regrouping? For green, we are using this formula, sin of a minus b. What is the sin of a minus b formula? Sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. So what is in the place of a? In the place of a we have 7x, and in the place of b we have 13x by 2. So that is sin 7x into cos 13x by 2 minus cos 7x into sin 13x by 2. So this is our formula. So from right to left we will use. So what do I get finally? Sin of x by 2. So this green combination will give us the value of sin of x by 2. Okay. Next, let us see the red combination. What are we getting that red combination? That means again you have here sin a sin b plus cos a cos b. Again we have a formula. Let me write it here. Cos a cos of a minus b formula we know. Simple formula. We have to remember the formula. Standard formula. Cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. Okay. So we are not having here very difficult formula. They are very simple formula and we must remember them. So what is this a and b here we are having? A is 7x and b is 13x by 2. Okay. This is cos 7x into cos 13x by 2 plus sin 7x into sin 13x by 2. So we are using from right to left. The formula we are using from right to left. In general we use from left to right, but here we are using from right to left. Okay. So what do I get? Cos of, after LCM, 7 to 14x minus 13x, that is x by 2. Okay. So we can replace this red side expression, red marked expression, with cos x by 2. So we have simplified this big expression into a simpler form. What is it? Sin x by 2 plus cos x by 2. Okay. Still our problem is not done. We need to find this value based on this given information. The given information is cot x is equal to 5 by 12. Okay. So let us do that. Let us use this information. We'll go to the next slide. Cot x is equal to 5 by 12, and the interval is also very important, because we know in trigonometry the values of the trigonometric functions depend on the quadrant. Quadrant means interval. Okay. So let us take this information. Cot x is equal to 5 by 12 and x belongs to 5, 3 pi by 2. Cot x is equal to 5 by 12 and x belongs to 5, 3 pi by 2. Okay. So that is x is belonging to which interval? 1 in degrees we are converting from radians to degrees. 180 degrees, 270 degrees. So this is our cot x value, 5 by 12. Okay, in our question, we need to find sin x by 2 plus cos x by 2. We want the values for x by 2 angle, not for x. So this is very important. We should not do mistake here. Sin x by 2 plus cos x by 2 we will find. So let us find the cot x. Let us use this value cot x is equal to 5 by 12. From it we will find sin x, cos x, tan x. These values we will find, and from that we will find sin x by 2 and cos x by 2. That means again we want to draw a right angle triangle and we want to use the trigonometric formula. So x belongs to this 180 comma 270, that is x belongs to which quadrant? Third quadrant. So in third quadrant, cot is positive, perfect. Already we have the positive value 5 by 12. Now let us find using the right angle triangle. So this is x. So cot is, so tan x will be 12 by 5. And the hypotenuse we can use the Pythagoras theorem, 12 square plus 5 square, which we get as 13. Okay. Now what is cos x from here? Cos x is what? Adjacent by hypotenuse. So we'll use that value. Adjacent is 5 and hypotenuse is 30. Should we put plus or minus? Again, that is also important. Third quadrant cos is negative because cos is positive only in first and fourth quadrant. So cos is negative. After getting 5 by 13, we need to put minus. So cos x is minus 5 by 13. Okay, right. Now I want to find sin x by 2 and cos x by 2. Again, we'll use the formula. Cos x is equal to, we have this formula 1 minus 2 sin square x by 2, and also cos x is equal to 2 cos square x by 2 minus 1. Okay, so let us find this. From this expression we get sin x by 2 value is how much? Just rearranging, just we are doing the rearrangement. So sin square x by 2 will be, so how much I get? 1 minus cos x by 2 and root over, and sin we have to decide. Similarly, cos x by 2 will be under root of 1 plus cos x by 2 plus or minus sin we have to decide. Okay, x is belonging into third quadrant. So let us find what about x by 2. X by 2 belongs to half of the 180 degrees, that is 90 degrees, half of 270, 135 degrees. So x by 2 is belonging to second quadrant. So second quadrant we know sin is positive and cos is negative. So cos of x by 2 is negative. So let us substitute the cos x value. We got cos x as minus 5 by 13. So if we substitute, what do we get? Plus or minus root of 1 minus 5 by 13 by 2. So we simplify, what do we get? 1 plus 5 by 13, that is 18 by 13 by 2, that is 9 by 13. So that is plus or minus 3 by root 13. So we will decide it as plus because it is sin x. So finally here the answer is plus 3 by root 13 for sin x by 2. And similarly cos x by 2, let us substitute the cos x value under root of 1 plus minus 5 by 13 divided by 2. So 1 plus 5 by 13. Okay, sorry, 1 minus 5 by 13. So 13 minus 5, 8 by 2, 4 by 13. So we get plus or minus 2 by root 13. Again for cos we will take it as minus. So here the value is minus 2 by root 13. So we got both the values. Finally we will get the answer. Sin x by 2 plus cos x by 2 is equal to, sin value is 3 by root 13 plus, and cos value is minus 2 by root 13. So finally we get the answer as 1 by root 13. That is our answer. Okay, so we got the answer as 1 by root 13. So here this question, it is a medium level question. We need to use the trigonometric formulae. We need to decide the sign of the quadrant. We need to use the right angle triangle and Pythagoras theorem. So based on the trigonometric formulae and these things, we can get the answer. So the answer is plus 1 by root 13. So one important thing is you need to be cautious about the signs and quadrants when we are dealing with the trigonometric functions. Okay. So I hope this is clear. This is a moderate level question only. We cannot say it is a difficult question. Fine. So let us move to the another question. This question was on trigonometry. Let us see another question. We have this another question. This is related to our sequence and series. It's an easy topic, and that too the question is based on AP, arithmetic progression. So let us use the formulae. Again, formulae are playing a important role in all these questions. So here he is telling, consider an AP arithmetic progression. So what is the characteristic feature of arithmetic progression? We know that is common difference. So these are the terms A1 to A1, A2, so on till AN, and one information is giving. Most probably this information will be useful. A1 is positive and A2 minus A1 is equal to minus 3 by 4. It is given here minus 3 by 4, and we know what is A2 minus A1. What is second term minus first term, or third term minus second term, or fourth term minus third term? That is our common difference. So let us call it a small letter d. And also one more information is given. AN, that is nth term, is 1 by 4 A1. So what is the nth term formula of an AP? This is an important formula, fundamental formula. We need to remember it. So let us use that formula. AN is A plus N A1 plus N minus 1 into D is equal to 1 by 4 A1. A1 is our first term. What is A1? We don't know. It is not given for us. N minus 1 also we don't know. Common difference we know. How much is the common difference? D is minus 3 by 4. So let us put that value. Minus 3 by 4 is equal to 1 by 4 A1. So there are two unknowns here, A1 and N. So let us get one equation based on these unknowns. Multiply both sides by 4. So what do we get? 4A1. Here 4 will get cancelled. Minus 3N plus 3 is equal to A1. Okay. So let us send this A1 to left hand side. 3A1 is equal to 3N minus 3. A1 we will divide by 3. Division by 3. A1 is equal to N minus 1. So we got one relation between A1 and N. But still this will not solve our problem. We need to find A1 and N, both the unknowns. So one more relation is given for us. So let us use this information for finding second relation between A1 and N. So what is this thing? Sigma I is equal to 1 to N AI. So this is nothing but sum of the first n terms of an AP plus so on till An. So we know the sum of the n terms of an AP. Again formula we have to remember. What is it? N by 2 into, okay, there are two formulas are there, 2a plus n by n minus 1 into d, and first term plus last. Okay, so let us use this one, 2a1 plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, this value is given for us as 525 by 2. So this is 525 by 2. Let us get one more equation here, n by 2 into 2a1 plus n minus 1. D value it is given in the question. Okay, it is given as a2 minus a1. So minus 3 by 4 is equal to 525 by 2. And here already we have n minus 1 is equal to a1. Let us use this equation 1 information in equation 2, because n minus 1 is a1. So we will put it here. So we will get a quadratic equation in one variable. Then we will solve that variable using the quadratic formula or factorization. Okay, so here we will substitute n value. What is n from here? N is equal to a1 plus 1. So let us put it here, a1 plus 1 by 2 into 2a1 plus n minus 1 is a1 into minus 3 by 4 is equal to 525 by 2. So now you can see there is only one unknown. We can solve this quadratic equation. Multiply by 4. Okay, or let us multiply with both sides by, we'll simplify this thing. A1 plus 1 by 2 into, here 2 minus A1 we take common. So 2 minus 3 by 4. So that is 5 by 4 is equal to 525 by 2. So 2 and 2 we can cancel, and 5 also we can cancel. 5 ones and 5 105. So we got a quadratic equation here. A1 square plus A1 is equal to, that will bring it to left hand side, 420. Okay, this is our quadratic equation. 420 is a very simple important number. We can factorize it as 21 and 20, and we have the difference also here A1. So directly we can use the factorization. If it is something difficult number, then we need to go for quadratic formula, but it's a very simple number. Okay, so let us factorize it. A1 square plus 21 A1 minus 20 A1 minus 420 is equal to 0. So if we factorize, so what do I get? A1 plus 21 into A1 minus 20 is equal to 0. So finally we get A1 plus 21 is equal to 0, or A1 minus 20 is equal to 0. So we got two values for A1, minus 21 or A1 is equal to 20. Already in the question the information is given A1 is positive. Okay, usually if he is giving some information, it must be useful only. Okay, so we can reject now the negative value of A1, we can accept the positive value of A1. So we got A1 is equal to 20, but still our problem is not yet done. Okay, now we need to find this one more summation is asking. So now we can use the A1 value, and already we have the common difference. So let us take the next slide and do this simplification. Sigma I is equal to 1 to 17 AI. Sigma I is equal to 1 to 17 AI. So this is nothing but S17, sum of the first 17 terms of an AP. Again we'll use the formula. We know the formula. What is it? N by 2 into 2A1 plus N minus 1 into common difference. Let us substitute all these values. Okay. So what do I get? N is 17 by 2. N is 17. He is asking in the question. This is giving our total number of terms into 2. A1. A1 already we have got. What is the value of A1? We have got 20. We will use this information. A1 is 20 plus N 17 minus 1, common difference given in the question, minus 3 by 4. Now this we have to calculate and get the answer. Okay. So 17 by 20, 17 by 2 into 40, and here 16. So 4, so minus 12. Okay, we are doing the calculation only. 17 by 2 into 40 minus 12, 28. So again 17 into 14. So that is 170 plus 68. So that is 238 is our final answer. Okay, so we have got the answer, that is our 238. So orally we can say that this question is easy or medium only, because only the formulae we are using, no big logic, just two equations, two linear equations we get, we convert into, we substitute one equation into another equation and we get a quadratic equation. And quadratic equation we can use quadratic formula or factorization, but factorization is easier. Here we can see we have got a simple quadratic equation. Once we get the quadratic equation, we got the first term, and then we can use the Sn formula for this expression. This is what he is asking. Okay, so mainly it's a formula based question. We'll move for the another topic, another one. Now this question is about integration. It is related to our, this integral, if you see, it is an indefinite integral, there are no limits. Okay, so let us try to understand this expression. integration 1 minus sine of ln t by 1 minus cos of ln t. Again, somewhat difficult only, but again we are using, just if you remember the trigonometric formula, we can do this. Okay, so let us try to simplify this expression, because this expression now it is present in such a way we cannot do the integration directly. We need to modify it into an integrable form. Okay, so let us try to do that. 1 minus sine, okay, we have 1 minus sine and 1 minus cos. Okay, 1 minus sine of ln t, and here we have 1 minus cos of ln t. So we are using trigonometry. There is one formula already we know. Cos 2 theta is 2 cos square theta minus. So based on this formula only we get 1 minus cos of ln t. Okay, and one more formula we have here. Cos 2 theta we also have 1 minus 2 sine square theta. So let us use this one. Cos 2 theta is 1 minus 2 sine square theta. So from this we get 1 minus cos 2 theta is 2 sine square theta. Okay, so that is 1 minus cos theta will be 2 sine square theta by 2. Okay, so 1 minus cos ln t we can write it as 2 sine square ln t by 2. Again trigonometric formula we are using. Okay, next 1 minus sine, again here we are using double angle formula for sine. We have this formula, again important formula. Sine 2 theta is what? 2 sine theta cos theta. So what about sine theta value formula? Just theta will become now theta by 2 on the right hand side. So 2 sine theta by 2 into cos theta by 2. So let us put it here, 2 sine theta by 2. Theta means here in the place of theta what do we have? In the place of theta we have ln t. So 2 sine ln t by 2 into cos ln t by 2. Okay, so let us put in the integrand. This position is called our integrand. Okay, just right side of the integration and between left hand side of the dt, differential variable. So let us put it. So what is our integrand will become? Integrand is equal to 1 minus 2 sine ln t by 2 into cos ln t by 2 divided by 2 sine square ln t by 2. So what do I get? Just do the separation of the terms. Okay, give this denominator to this first term and second term. So what do I get? 1 by 2, I'll keep it out. So 1 by 2, 1 by sine square, that is cosecant square of ln t by 2 minus 2, again second term we are dividing. Okay, we are dividing these two terms separately with the denominator. Okay, so what do I get here? 2 sine cos by 2 sine square. So 2 will get cancelled, sine will get cancelled, you get cot of ln t by 2. Okay, so we got this thing. Now we have to do the integration of this. Integration of half into cosecant square of ln t by 2 minus cot of ln t by 2. Okay, dt. See, there are two ways of solving from this step. One is either you can use by parts integration method, or another way is try to, by trial and error method, try to guess what term if you differentiate you will get this term, this expression. That means you have to go in the reverse way. We know if we differentiate we get some term, and if we integrate we get some term. So if we differentiate some expression we will get this expression, and just by some observation you can say this is the differentiation of t into cot of ln t by 2. Okay, fine. So let us go to the next slide and complete this one. What is the d by dt differentiation of t into ln cot t by 2? Okay, just try to do the differentiation using UV rule. Okay, what do I get? Product rule we have to use. Okay, so let us keep this as first term and this is our second term. So we know UV rule, UV dash plus VU dash. Okay, so UV dash plus VU dash. So U differentiation, first you write U as it is, T into differentiation of V. Again here you have to be careful, the differentiation of this term, this is not a simple term, this is a complex term. That means this is having one function inside the another, so we need to use chain rule. So differentiation of ln, what is it? 1 by cot t by 2, okay, into, again you have to use the chain rule, differentiation of cot t by 2, half, again cot differentiation minus cosecant square t. Okay, one second, here slight modification we need to do. Just v we have to write as cot of ln t by 2. Okay, cot of ln t by 2, because ln is inside the, okay, you will see in the, what is inside what, ln is inside the trigonometric function, logarithmic is inside the trigonometric function, so we'll follow the same order. Okay, cot of ln t by 2, this is our term v. Okay, uv. So what do we get here? If we differentiate using UV rule, UV dash plus VU dash, U is T, okay, this is our T, into V dash, differentiation of cot, minus cosecant square of ln t by 2 into differentiation of chain rule, we use ln t by 2, half into ln t differentiation is 1 by t, plus V, cot of ln t by 2 into u dash, differentiation of t is 1. So what do we get here finally? Cot of ln t by 2 minus t and t get cancelled, half cosecant square of ln t by 2. So we have the same integrand here, only difference is there is a change of sign, there is a negative sign. Okay, so next term finally we will integrate. So this is minus d by dt of t cot of ln t by 2 dt. So what do we get the final integration here? Dt will get cancelled, minus will put it out, integration of this thing will be t into cot of ln t by 2 plus c. This is very important. And then constant of integration we must not forget. Okay, we have to find that constant of integration by the given initial value in the question. When he has given this information, that means it must be useful, and the usefulness of this information is finding the constant of integration. So let us take this information. F of e power pi by 2 is minus e power pi by 2. So he has given this information, f of e power pi by 2 is equal to minus e power pi by 2, minus e power pi by 2. So this is our f of t given in the question, this is our f of t. So let us substitute that value, in the place of t we will put e power pi by 2 is equal to minus t is e power pi by 2 cot of ln of e power pi by 2 by 2 plus c. So initial value is given minus e power pi by 2. So that is minus e power pi by 2 into ln value, that is how much we get. Ln of e power pi by 2 is pi by 2, that is pi by 4, and directly we are writing this simplification, cot pi by 4 is 1 plus c. So finally we can cancel these two terms. We get constant of integration value is 0. Every time we need not get the constant of integration as 0. Here in this case we are getting the constant of integration as 0. Okay. Now we need to find some value in the question. F of e power pi by 4. So we will find that one. So finally f of t is what? This constant of integration is becoming 0. So finally f of t is minus t into, okay, minus t into cot of ln t by 2. So we want to find e power pi by 4. He is asking for this value. What is the function value for this x, for this t? Minus e power pi by 4 into cot of ln of e power pi by 4 by 2. So that is minus e power pi by 4 cot of, again logarithm of this value. This pi by 4 will come here. So pi by 4 by 2, pi by 8, cot pi by 8 minus e power pi by 4 cot of pi by 8, 180 by 8. So that is 22.5 degrees. We need to remember this value, cot 22.5, that is root 2 plus 1. So minus e power pi by 4 into root 2 plus 1. This is our answer. Okay. So this question somewhat lengthy and tricky and logical. Fine. So let us mark the answer. Minus, this is our option. First option we get. Minus is sending into, we got this one, minus of 1 plus root 2 into e power pi by 4, minus sending into that 1 plus root 2. Okay. So no need to worry much about this one. This is slightly above the medium level, nearer to difficult level. Okay. Fine. We will go for the next one. Again, one more question on sequence and series. Okay. Already we have seen one question on AP. So most probably this will not be on AP. He will not give same sequence. And by observing also we can tell this sequence is not an AP, because for an AP we need common difference. And it seems like it is GP. For GP we want common ratio. Let us check, do we have a common ratio here or not? Okay, for checking common ratio, second term by first term. Okay, 81 by 729, and third term by second term, 9 by 81, fourth term by third term, 1 by 9. So we are getting every ratio as same ratio. That's why we are calling it as common ratio. We got the common ratio. So that means this is a geometric progression. So let us take the first term of this geometric progression. A is equal to 729, and common ratio we got it as 1 by 9. Okay. Next, Pn, product of first n terms of the given sequence. Given sequence means we have already decided it is geometric progression. Pn, product of first n terms of a GP. Again this is a formula, a1 into an whole power n by 2. You must remember this formula, product of the first n terms of a GP. Okay. So this is equal to a1 value we know 729, an we know the formula ar power n minus 1 whole power n by 2. 729 into a is, already we have written, again write 729, r is 1 by 9 whole power n minus 1 whole power n by 2. So let us convert everything into 3 powers. So it will be for the common base. So 729, that is 3 power 5, correct, 81 into 9, 3 power 6, 729, 27 into 27, so 3 power 6 into 3 power 6, 3 power minus 2, for that n minus 1 power and whole power n by 2. So what do we get after simplification? 3 power 6 plus 6, loss of powers, we are adding the powers because bases are same, 12 minus 2n plus 2 whole power n by 2, so that is 3 power 14 minus 2n into n by 2, so that is 3 power 2, we can take it out and cancel with 2 denominator, so what do I get? 7n minus n square. So this is our Pn. Okay. Generally in GP we see the sum of the n terms of a GP, but here he is asking slightly a different one, that is product of the n terms of a GP. Fine. Anyway, this is a standard formula, we will remember it. Now coming to the question, we want this Pn power 1 by n. So Pn already we have, Pn power 1 by n means both the sides will do power 1 by n. So already we have n as the common factor here. So 7 minus n into n into 1 by n. So n will get cancelled, 3 power 7 minus n. We got the expression in the sigma. Now again let us put this value here. Sigma n is equal to 1 to 40, 3 power 7 minus n. So let us put the values of n for the first few terms. So what do I get? 3 power 7 minus 1, 6 plus 3 power 5 plus so on till last value is upper limit 40. So 3 power 7 minus 40, that is minus 33. So again we are having a GP. You can see there is a common ratio. So we will use the sum of the n terms of a GP. Okay, we will go to the next slide. So now we are having S40 of a GP, 40 terms are there. Okay, 40 terms of a GP. What is the first term? 3 power 6. Common ratio R is second term by first term, that is 3 power 5 by 3 power 6 is equal to 1 by 3. Let us use these values and find the Sn. We want 40 terms sum. So n is also, we have 40. Okay, from 1 to 40 we have 40 terms. Okay. So what is the formula for Sn? A into R power n minus 1 by R minus 1. So A we have 3 power 6, R 1 by 3 power n 40 minus 1 by R 1 by 3 minus 1. So let us simplify it. 3 power 6 into, so here 1 by 3 power 40 minus 1 by minus 2 by 3. So 3 power 6 into 3 by 2 into 1 minus 1 by 3 power 40. Just simplification we are doing. Now let us compare it to the expression in the question. We want to bring it into this form, that is 3 power alpha minus 1 by 2 into 3 power beta. Okay, 3 power alpha minus 1 by 2 into 3 power beta. So let us simplify. 3 power 7 by 2 into 3 power 40 minus 1 by 3 power 40. So 3 power 40 minus 1 by 2 into 3 power. These two we can simplify the powers. A power m by a power n, loss of powers, that is a power m minus n. So how much we get? 3 power minus 33. So now compare with the given expression in the question. So we can say alpha is 40 and beta is minus 33. So alpha plus beta he might be asking, right? He is asking alpha plus beta in the question. Sum of these two values, alpha plus beta is equal to, okay, sorry, here 3 power 33, so beta is plus 33, 3 power 7 by 3 power 40, alpha plus beta is 40 plus 33, that is 73, that is our first option. Again, we can say that we are using the trigonometric formulae and calculations. Okay, mainly we need to speed up with the calculations. Okay, so paper is, we can say, slightly lengthy only. Two things are important. Calculations we have to do carefully without any mistake, and the first thing is formulae we have to remember. Okay, let us see once, is there any question? Okay, in maths these are the questions. Okay, so we will wind up the maths section, and now we will go for the chemistry section. Our senior faculty, chemistry faculty, will be taking that chemistry section.
Hello. 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 Okay, students, how are you? Great. So now myself, Kirti Surana, chemistry faculty, and we will be discussing the chemistry questions. And the paper was little bit, we can say, hard. It's like not simple also, but yeah, moderate and difficult. Both type of questions were there. Fine. So we'll start with the chemistry. The first question you can see here, two solutes A and B of 0.3 grams and 0.9 grams respectively. Molar mass of A and B are 30 grams per mole and 90 grams per mole respectively. Calculate osmotic pressure. Yes, it is physical chemistry, osmotic pressure, right? And the temperature, it is given 300 Kelvin, right? A and B, the mass is given, molar mass is given 30 gram per mole and 90 gram per mole. So temperature, we can write it is 300 Kelvin, right? R, that is gas constant, 0.0821 will write, and I value is 1 because Van 't Hoff factor, right? It is 1. Dissolution happened completely, and volume, in this actually volume part is missing. So 100 ml, okay, 100 ml. So that we can write as 0.1 liter. So osmotic pressure, we know pi is equals to ICRT. Pi is equal to ICRT. I is Van 't Hoff factor, we know it is 1. C, concentration we have to find. So for concentration, N divided by volume in liter, that's why we have converted. Okay, now first we'll find value of N for A as well as for B. So for Na, what is the value? 0.3 divided by molar concentration is 30, which is equal to 0.01 we will get. Then NB is nothing but 0.9 divided by 90, right? So we'll get 0.01 for this. Now when we find the total, we have to do total of both Na plus Nb, which is equal to 0.01 plus 0.02, 0.01, which is equals to 0.02 Nt we got. Now we can substitute in concentration part, C is equals to N upon V. So that will get the value of C, and we can substitute in the osmotic pressure formula. So C is equals to, here we can do, C is equals to N is 0.02 upon volume is 0.1 liter, right? So we will get 0.2 for this.
Now, what we will do, we'll substitute in this. Pi is equals to I times C times R times T. So, pi is equals to I value is 1. C nothing but we got 0.2 times R we know 0.0821 times T is nothing but 300 Kelvin. So, when we calculate this one, we'll get around 1.0.2.2 and 300 we'll get this 0.082, around 4.96 we will get. Options are not there. 4.96, which approximate equals to 5 we can say. So that is the answer. 5 is the answer. 5 atm because osmotic pressure. So this question is simple. So about the physical chemistry and osmotic pressure part. Now moving on to the next part. Here you can see, yeah, this is very simple. X and Y are the number of electrons involved respectively during the oxidation of I negative to I2 and S2 negative to S by acidified potassium dichromate. Now we have to find the value of X and Y. That means X and Y are nothing but the number of electrons lost. Okay, so that we have number of electrons we have to find. So first, if we take about I negative, right? So I negative became I2, that means 2I negative, correct? Then we got I2 plus 2 electron loss. So loss of electron how much? Loss is equals to 2 electron, which is equals to X. S2 negative to S. S2 negative here also, S plus 2 electron, right? So here also value of Y is 2. Now they are asking X plus Y, which is nothing but 2 plus 2, which is equal to 4. So 4 is the answer for this part. Just we have to find the sum of number of electrons. Now move on to the next part. Yes, it's very simple. In H like atom, hydrogen like, it's not like. Hydrogen atom ratio of speed in two orbits, it is given 3:2. Then ratio of energy we have to find out. Okay, so for that we have relation. One relation is what? V is proportional to Z upon N, right? V proportional Z by N. And another we have E in terms of energy, right? Proportional Z square upon N square. Z square upon N square. So now here they have given the speed in the ratio 3:2. So that means we have to take in two parts, that is V1 and another one is V2. So we can do V1 upon V2 proportional Z constant part divide by N1, then Z divided by N2. So Z and Z we can cancel out. So V1 over V2 is nothing but N2 will go above, N2 upon N1. And what is the value of V1 and V2? It is 3 and 2, right? So we can write down 3 upon 2 is equals to N2 upon N1. 3 upon 2 is equals to N2 upon N1 we got for the, in terms of V proportional Z upon N. Now, when we talk about the energies, definitely they are asking the ratio of energy. That means E1 and E2 we have to take it. So E1 same procedure, E1 upon E2 proportional Z square upon N1 divided by Z square upon N2 square. This is N1 square, N2 square. So Z square cancels. So E1 upon E2 will shift here. N2 square divided by N1 square. Now from we can make it as equation 1, suppose. So from equation 1 we know that N2 by N1 value is 3 upon 2. So we can substitute here. So E1 upon E2 is nothing but 3 upon 2 whole square we can do, right? Both are inside, so common we can do it. So E1 upon E2 is nothing but 3 square, 9 upon 4. This is the answer, 9 upon 4. So B is the correct answer. So ratio of energy E1 and E2 is 9 upon 4. Okay. Moving on to the next part. Okay. Which of the following compound contains three unpaired electrons? It's like coordination compound, complex compound, these things. And we have to find three unpaired electrons for this. So one by one we'll see all the options and we'll find out. So first is V2O5, right? Vanadium pentoxide. In this, yes, vanadium will get what? Plus 5 it will get, right? And the configuration, it will get 4s0 3d0 only. So here no unpaired electrons. Here no unpaired electrons. Next, moving to the next, PiF6 3 negative. So yes, Pi will get 3 plus, right? And here it will be 4s0 3d1. It will be 4s0 3d1. Next is COF6 4 negative. The cobalt CO2 plus, right? So here it will 4s0 3d7 3d7. So we know, right? This F fluoride, it is what? Weak ligand. And if weak ligand is there, then definitely unpaired electrons will be there. Unpaired electrons will be there. So when we draw that P2G part, okay, so here we can see, and here we can see, we can see 1, 2 and 3. 3 unpaired electrons. 3 unpaired electrons are present. Now when we take about FeCN6, right, cyanide C, this one is strong ligand. So if strong is there, then definitely paired electrons are there. Paired electrons are there. So it will become Fe3 plus, okay, Fe3 plus, then 4s0 3d5. That means it will be like this. This P2 part will be empty. Here only one unpaired electron is there. So, but we want how many? Three unpaired electrons, and these three unpaired electrons we are finding in option C, COF6 4 negative. Here, this is the next question. Next, this is the reaction. A, SnCl2 HCl H3O plus hydronium ion. B, we get KMNO4. C, we get Cl2P, and we got CH3 CH5OT O2Cl alpha chloro, right? That thing. Final product has one chiral center. Structure of A will be what? So yes, they are asking structure of A. So one product, right? They are saying that final product has what? One chiral center, right? So we will see in this A part. A part will be nothing but Cn. Why? Because we can say that SnCl2. Step 1, SnCl2 convert, okay, nitrile to amine. Convert nitrile to amine. Then after that, B is KMNO4. KMnO4 oxidizes, right? Oxidizes amine to carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acid. After that, this Cl2 part, which is nothing but chlorination, right? Chlorination. So this CH3CH5O2 Cl, it's CH3CH, CH3CH OCl COOH, which is this part, this is the chiral part, you can say. So that means from amine, okay, CN, then carboxylic acid we will get. After that, by the help of chlorination, we will get the product with one chiral center. So that means this A should have 3 carbon atoms. This A should have 3 carbon atoms with the functional group, correct? With the functional group, so that we can get this one. So 3 carbon and this one, 1, 2, 3, yes, CH3, CH2, CH2, CN, this one. Propyl cyanide is the answer. So this is about the question of amine. So I hope it's clear. Okay. Now the next part of the questions will be discussed by the physics sir. So we will be handling the next part. Thank you.
Welcome back. Now we'll be discussing a few more questions that have come in the updates, right? These are again memory based questions. Kiran Desai, physics faculty, and we'll be dealing with few more questions from the morning shift of 24th Jan, right? So the first question is regarding atomic structure, right? Atoms. It's a common question for both physics and chemistry, right? They are saying in H atom, the ratio of speeds in two orbits is 3:2, right? They're asking what is the ratio of energy, right? Simple question, direct formula based question. Speed in an orbit is proportional to z by n, right? Speed is proportional to z by n. So v1 by v2, the ratio of speeds in two orbits is 3/2, which is n2 by n1, because velocity is inversely proportional to principal quantum number or orbit number. They are asking what is the ratio of energy. Simple, energy is proportional to z square by n square, right? So what will be E1 by E2? E1 by E2 will be n2 square by n1 square, right? Simple question, we have n2 by n1, 3:2. So what will be n2 square by n1 square? 3/2. Simple question, it's easy question. And the entire modern physics, as you know, is a scoring chapters, scoring topics. You can't afford to miss marks in those chapters. They're like to do. Next, we'll move to the next question. This was a simple question. Velocity ratio is given. Velocity is z by n. Energy is z square by n square. Right. We'll move to the next question. For a given AC circuit, they're asking what is the power factor. It's again a simple, easy question, a formula-based question. What is power factor? Power factor is a direct formula. It is R by Z. Right? It's basically cost factor. In the impedance triangle, R, Z, XL minus XC. The cos phi is the power factor. R is how much? Resistance is 60 ohm. Z is how much? Root over R square plus XL minus XC whole. That is 60 by root over again 60 square plus XL minus XC. 150 minus 70 will be 3 by 5 because 60 square plus 80 square. The root over 60 square plus 80 square is 100. 100 square. Root over 60 square plus 60 square is 100. So 60 by 100 is 3 by 5. Simple formula based question. Right. So that's it from physics side. We have 2 more questions. Right. So to continue our session, we have maths sir, Santosh sir. Right. He'll be coming up with 3 more interesting questions. Kindly stay tuned.
Hello everyone. We will see few more math questions. Okay. Already we have seen few questions from trigonometry, integration, and even the sequence and series. So you can see sequence and series. He has given 2 questions from sequence and series. One was from AP and another was from GP. Now let us see few more questions. We have 2 more questions here. Let us see and try to solve them. So this question, so there is data, he is telling 10 data. That means obviously we know this type of question is coming related to statistics. Again, it's a very easy topic and boring. Let us try to solve this one. This is again a standard question. If you have done a medium level of preparation also, this question should be solved by you. Okay, you should not miss this one. Consider 10 data. That means 10 pieces, 10 of information. That means 10 values. Okay. Consider 10 data such that their mean is 10. Okay, and variance is 2. So that means we want the formula of mean and variance. We need to remember this basic formula, mean and variance in statistics. Okay, the statistics mainly ask from, you know that mean and variance are very important topics in statistics. One of the data alpha is removed and new data entry beta is inserted. Automatically, if from 10 information of values, if one is removed and one is added, automatically the mean will change and variance will change. So we want to find, okay, new mean is given and new variance is given. We want to find the alpha and beta. So he's asking what is the data which is added and what is the data which is removed. So this question is close to the physical world situation. Whenever you handle data, even for the computer systems, when you handle this data, you have a lot of data, thousands and lakhs and billions and trillions. Obviously, we need to add some data, we need to remove some data. Fine, that is the basic real life situation. Okay, so let us find what is the sum of these values alpha and beta. Okay, first mean is given. First let us do for the old information, old data. Let us classify it as old data and new data. Okay, old data. So both the data are 10. The number of values is 10 in both the cases, old data and new data. For old data, mean is 10. So what is mean? We know the mean formula is sigma xi by n. That is mean. We have to remember this formula. What is sigma xi? Sum of all the values by number of values. So sigma xi by n is number of values is 10, given in the question. N is 10 by 10 is equal to 10. So what is sigma xi? We get 100, correct, and variance is 2. Okay, we'll come to variance also. Fine. Coming to the variance here, so we'll write it variance. We want to do for variance. Again for variance also, old data and new data. Old data and new data. Okay. Variance of the old data is how much? 2. What is the variance formula? This we have to remember it. Okay. Without formula we cannot proceed. So that is the fundamental thing which we must know, the formulae. Okay. Especially for a topic like statistics, which does not have much logic and much tricky questions. Formula, if you remember, it will do the job. So what is the formula? 1 by n sigma xi square minus mean square. That is our variance given as 2. 1 by n. What is 1 by n? N is 10. Sigma xi square minus mean value. Mean is 10 already for old data. So 10 square is equal to 2. So finally what is sigma xi square? After simplification, 10 square will go to right hand side. 102 into 10, 1020. Okay. Now coming to the new data. Okay, new mean is given as 10.1. Let us go for the new mean information. So what is the new mean? Sigma xi. Here is the main step. From the sigma xi, which contains alpha, we have to remove alpha. The sum of the values sigma xi means we remove the alpha and we add the beta. That is how much? Given as 10.1. Okay, right? Already we have the sum of the 10 values. In that 10 values, one value alpha is there. We have to remove that. So now we get 9 values. For these 9 values, new value beta we have to add. So that we get minus alpha plus beta. Already we have sigma xi from the old data. 100 minus alpha plus beta is equal to 10.1. Correct. So we get alpha minus beta, right, is equal to 100 minus 10.1, that is 89.9. Just rearrangement of the terms. Okay. So we got one equation for alpha and beta, but still we don't know these two unknowns alpha and beta. We need to get one more equation. Okay. So let us go for the new data of variance. Variance new information is given 1.99. Okay. So 1 by n, that is into sigma xi square. Now again old information we have to remove. So what is the old values which we have to remove? Alpha is the old information. Okay, now for the variance we have to remove the alpha square, because in variance we use x squares, xi squares. So minus alpha square, and we have to insert the new entry beta. So plus beta square, correct, minus mean. Now we have to use new mean. Okay, new mean which is given for us whole square. That is our new variance. What is the new variance given for us? 1.99. Okay. Okay. So now we will put these values again. 1 by n. N is 10. Sigma xi square, already we know 1020 from the old data. 1020. Okay. Minus alpha square plus beta square. New mean. What is new mean? 10.1. So 10.1 square is equal to 1.99. Okay. So now 1020 minus alpha square plus beta square by 10 is equal to 1.99 plus 10.1 square. Okay, so we have to do this calculation. Okay, 10.1 square. So let us go to the next slide and complete it. 1020 minus alpha square plus beta square by 10 is equal to 1.99 plus 10.1 square. So 10.1 square means just do 101 into 101. So that is 100 plus 1 whole square. Use the a plus b whole square formula. So 10,000 plus 1 plus 200. So that is 10201. Okay. So that means we will get 10.1 square. So that is 102.01. Okay. So now 1020 minus alpha square plus beta square is equal to, what is this addition? Just 102 plus 2. Just you send this 0.01 to here, you get 2 plus 102, that is 104. So alpha square minus beta square will be how much? Just send this 1020 minus 104. So alpha square minus beta square is 102 minus 104, that is 916. And what is alpha and beta? One more relation. Alpha minus beta is 89.9. Okay, one more relation we have. Alpha minus beta is 89.9. So we need to solve these two equations. Okay, fine. So what is alpha square minus beta square? Alpha minus beta into alpha plus beta. We know this formula: a square minus b square is equal to a minus b into a plus b is equal to 916. So what do we get? Alpha plus beta value 916 by alpha minus beta. So that is 916 by 89.9. Okay. So let us see what is the option we get. 916 by 89.9. Okay. Let us check our calculations once. Is there any? This is memory based question, so we don't know what information is 100% correct. So let us check it once. Mean is 10, old mean and old variance, and data alpha is removed and data entry beta is inserted. New mean is 10.1 and new variance is 1.99. So sigma xi by n is 10, so that is 100. Sum of the values is 100. And for the new data, sigma xi minus alpha plus beta is here. For here, I think we have done the mistake here. By 10 we need to take, correct? Sigma xi, sum of the values by 10. So what do I get? So here it will be, so here, so this will be 101. So alpha minus beta will be, 1. Okay, here we have missed the 10, because what is the mean formula? Sum of the values by number of values. So that is 101. So alpha minus beta is 1. Okay, fine. So now here let us check this old data information. Variance, what is the variance? Old variance is 2. So 1 by 10 into sigma xi square minus mean square. So sigma xi square is 102 into 10, 1020. This is correct. Come to the new variance. Okay, 1 by n into sigma xi square, and we have to subtract alpha square and add beta square. And new mean, already we know, so that is 1.99. So how much we get here? Sigma xi square is 1020 minus alpha square plus beta square minus 10.1 square is 1.99. Okay, so here 1020 minus alpha square plus beta square by 10 is equal to 1.99 plus 10.1 square. How much we get? 104. And here we have to send this 10 to right hand side. So 1040. So what do I get? Alpha square minus beta square. Small mistake happened, calculation mistake. That is here minus 20. Okay, Now we want to find this value now. Alpha minus beta already we got. What is alpha minus beta from the previous one? Alpha minus beta is 1. Okay. So here minus 20. So alpha plus beta will be minus 20 by 1. Okay. So that should be 20. Okay. 1 second. Let me check any other thing is there here. One not one square is 10201. So 10.1 square is 102.01. Okay. So here we are doing the addition. So we get 104. 104 into 10, that is 1040. Alpha square minus beta square will be minus 20. Alpha minus beta into alpha plus beta will be minus 20. Minus 20 by alpha minus beta. So alpha minus beta here we will get as minus 1. The calculation problem. Finally we get minus 20 by minus 1, that is okay. We need to be careful with the calculations in statistics. So finally we got the answer as 20 alpha plus beta. What is that option? Second option, 20 is our answer. Okay. Again we are using the mean formula here. Mean formula and variance formula. Old data and new data. Okay. We need to do the careful subtraction and addition of the, subtract the old data, add the new data. Okay. So that is our answer, second option. Let us see one more question we have. Okay. The number of solutions for x belongs to R. This is an equation. Okay. Mainly we are having two modulus terms. We know the definition of modulus. Okay. We have to remember this. Mod x is equal to x if x greater than equal to 0 minus x if x less than 0. Accordingly, modulus of x minus 4 will be x minus 4 will be x minus 4 if x greater than equal to 4, and minus of x minus 4 if x less than 4. Similarly, modulus of x minus 1 will be x minus 1 if x greater than equal to 1, 1 minus x if x less than. So we draw the real number line. Okay, we have the values 1 and 4. These are the main critical points. For more than 4 means in place of modulus of x minus 4, what do we take? X minus 4. More than 4 means automatically more than 1. So in place of modulus of x minus 1, in place of modulus of x minus 1, we take x minus 2. Similarly for here, modulus of x minus 1, we will take it as x minus 1 because it is in this region also greater than 1. We are having 1 and 4, we are able to divide into 3 parts: less than 1, between 1 and 4, and greater than 4. Similarly for x minus 4 modulus, now it is less than 4 because between 1 and 4 means less than 4. So what do I take? 4 minus x. Next, in this region, modulus of x minus 4. Okay, this is less than 4 because less than 1 means less than 4. Less than 4 means we'll take 4 minus x. And for modulus of x minus 1, what do we take? Less than 1 means 1 minus x. So we are having, this is one region, we have to take in this way, this is another region, and this is another region. So 3 regions are there. So we are getting 3 quadratic equations. We have to solve those 3 quadratic equations. So let us go to this interval. This interval, what is the quadratic equation? X into x minus 4 plus x minus 1. Correct. Wherever there is modulus of x minus 4, in this interval I will put x minus 4, and in modulus of x minus 1 we will put x minus 1. Minus 2 is equal to 0. So we get a quadratic equation: x square minus 4x plus x minus 3x minus 3 is equal to 0. So let us use the quadratic formula. What are the x values? 3 plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. b square 9 plus 12. 4 3 is 12 plus 9 21. So what are the values we have? 3 plus root 21 by 2 comma 3 minus root 21 by 2. So which is present in the interval of greater than 4. Okay, approximately we have to get these values. You cannot get exact values, not required also. Root 21 is greater than root 16. So root 21 is 4 point something. 3 plus 4 point something, 7 point something by 2. 7 point something by 2 means 3.5. 7 means 7 by 2 means 3.5. 7 point something by 2 means 3.6 like that. So this is not greater than 4. Similarly 3 minus root 21 by 2 not greater than 4. So both the values we can see they are not greater than 4. So both the values we will reject. Now come to this region, one more quadratic equation. X into here you have to put 4 minus x, because between 1 and 4 we will replace it with 4 minus x, plus modulus of x minus 1 is x minus 1 minus 2 is equal to 0. So what do I get? Minus x square plus 5x minus x square plus 5x minus 3 is equal to 0. So x square minus 5x plus 3 is equal to 0. Again find the roots using quadratic formula. 5 plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. b square 25 minus 4 3 is 12, that is 13. Again we have two values, 5 plus root 13 by 2, 5 minus root 13 by 2. Okay, we want approximation of these values to decide whether it is between 1 and 4. 5 plus root 13. Root 13 is how much? 3 point something, because root 9 is 3. So root 13 is greater than root 9. So root 13 is 3 point something. 5 plus 3 point something, 8 point something by 2. So 4 point something. 4 point something means greater than 4. So this we reject. 5 minus root 13. 5 minus, already we have seen root 13 is 3 point something. 5 minus 3 point something, that will be 5 minus 3.2 for example. Okay, 5 minus 3.2 will be 1.8. 1.8 by 2 will be 0.9. 0.9 is it greater than 1? No. So this is also not in our required interval, that is between 1 and 4. Okay, 1 is greater than 4, 1 is less than 1. Okay, because root 13 is definitely less than 4. Less than 4 means like 3.7 or whatever, 3.8. So whatever you take, 5 minus 3.8 also, 1.2 by 2, 0.6. It is not greater than 1, because we are in the second interval, that is between 1 and 4. Whatever the values we get, it should be lying between 1 and 4. Then only we accept, or else we reject. Okay, next another region that is less than 1. So let us make the quadratic equation. So what do I get? X into 4 minus x plus, now we will substitute 1 minus x minus 2 is equal to 0. So 4x minus x square plus 1 minus x minus 2 is equal to 0. So minus x square plus 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. So if we multiply with minus on both sides, correct? So what do I get? X square minus 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. Again use the quadratic formula. X is equal to 3 plus or minus out of b square minus 4ac by 2a. b square 9 minus 4, 5. So we are getting two values, 3 plus root 5 by 2, 3 minus root 5 by 2. Let us approximate. Root 5 means, root 4 means 2, root 5 means 2 point something, let us say 2.2 for example. In fact root 5 we have to remember, it's a very important value. Root 5 is 2.236. So let us say 2.2. 3 plus 2.2, 5.2 by 2, that is 2.6. Is 2.6 less than 1? No. So this is also rejected. Come to 3 minus root 5 by 2. 3 minus 2.2, 0.8 by 2, 0.4. Yes, 0.4 is less than 1. So we get finally number of solutions as 1. Okay, after doing this whole dividing into intervals. In the second region we didn't get any solution. The third region we didn't get any solution. but in the first region we got one solution. So the total number of solutions we want, total number of solutions on the real number line. Obviously, on the real number line, the total number of solutions is only one solution. That is our first option. So for each interval, we have to get the quadratic equation. We need to get the roots. Two roots we will get for a quadratic equation, and we need to check whether those roots are in the interval or not. Okay, we need to approximate it. If it is root something, we can take approximation and we can do, and we can decide the interval. Okay, so here we are getting 3 plus 4 point something, that is 7 point something by 2, not in the interval. 3 minus 4 point something, that is completely we are getting negative value. Here 5 plus 3 point something, that is 8 point something by 2, greater than 4. 5 minus 3 point something, that is 1 point something by 2, that is 0.8, 0.9, like that. So it is not in the interval, because in this second region between 1 and 4. And coming to this last, that is our less than 1 interval, we got two values, 3 plus root 5 by 2 and 3 minus root 5 by 2. 3 plus root 5 by 2 does not lie in the interval, okay, because root 5 is 2.2. So 3 plus 2.2 if you do 5.2 by 2, it is 2.6. It is not less than 1. And 3 minus root 5, that is 3 minus 2.2, you get it as 0.8 by 2, 0.4, that is lying in the interval. And we get the number of solutions as 1. And what is the solution? In this question is not asking the solution, but the solution is 3 minus root 5 by 2. This is the only solution. So number of solutions is 1. That is our answer. Okay, fine. So I hope we have got these are all the questions. I think these chemistry questions were already discussed. So let us wind up this session. Okay, I hope you have done excellent performance in your today's morning attempt. Okay, so keep it up. And if there was some lag in your performance, no need to worry. We have the second attempt. Still we have around 3 months time. Please try to prepare for the second attempt. Please no need to worry about the first attempt. If it is not well, if it did not go well, okay, you still have a lot of time. 3 months is more than enough. Please try to revise your concept. Practice is important. Okay, just do the revision of the theory for some time and then start practicing. Finally, it's all about practice in JEE. Okay, especially maths and physics, you need to do the practice. And chemistry, you need to revise the concepts. And for maths and physics, formulae you have to remember. Maths especially depending on formulae. So thank you for attending this session. So let us wind up this program, and all the best for your next level preparation, for your next second attempt and board exams. And especially you have the board exams, please try to prepare for the board exams. And you have the CET and many other exams. Main attempt, second is there, and also advanced. So please keep preparing. Please don't stop the preparation. So we will again join such some more sessions. Okay, maybe for the second attempt of JEE Main or other CET exam. Thank you for attending this session, and thank you and all the best.